So you made a promise to yourself as a child that one day you would climb Mount Kilimanjaro. So we're going to change a little bit.
Yeah.
Africa's tallest peak, and you were only the only woman in the group, about 40 in all. What was that experience like?
It's incredible. I cannot describe the power of that mountain. There's definitely a reason why people are drawn to it. It's just this massive mountain out in the middle of Africa. It's like literally like God just set this mountain down. It's all by itself, and you know they say animals are drawn to it, and I can see why. You go from basically a jungle to Arctic, and it's hard to describe. It's something you just need to witness. It's magical, and I've never felt so close to God than on top of that mountain. Maybe because I'm at 19,000.
Yeah, that'll do it. Did you need oxygen?
I did not. No,
wow.
No.
Seriously impressive.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So wait, what in your wildest dreams? So this after, what got you to? Was that one of your bucket lists? I'm going to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
I have no.
Because there's some training involved in that.
I actually have no idea what my 8-year-old self was thinking. All I know is that I have this report, and it's me, 8 years old, saying when I grow up I want to climb Kilimanjaro. I have no idea where I heard about Kilimanjaro. Definitely not from the Mexican telenovelas that my mother was watching. And I just remember picking it up and going, oh, well, hey, she wanted to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, so I kind of owe it to her. So yes, there was a lot of training involved, a lot of hiking.
How many months before? I mean, how many months?
I started about a year prior. Okay. Not only gathering all my gear, but preparing to do these long, hiking days. And you're talking about a woman who had literally been only camping once before in her life.
Massively impressive. I mean, 19,000 feet, the oxygen level in your blood is, I was talking to a colleague and he was at 12,000 feet, and there was a endurance athlete that was they have this thing called SaO2, saturation of arterial oxygen. Mm-hmm. And he said, the guy was about 92, but he was an athlete. He was a triathlete. He goes, most people were 80, 76. This is at 12,000 feet. So you're at 19,000 feet. Yeah. That's some serious training that went into it.
You think you can train for 19,000 feet. You don't. You still get pretty lightheaded, and you don't stay up there very long. Sure. I think we were on the summit for about 30 minutes, and the best way to describe it is being on like a stair climber and only being able to breathe through a straw. That's how little air you feel like you're getting when you're on the summit. But the views, you can't beat that view.
Yeah.
No.
Your projects are flying.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they fly 36, but yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is, you obviously like these marathon sessions, whether it be 13-hour interrogations, but you're climbing up to 14 hours per day, and you'd watch as helicopters would take the weak and unlucky off the trip, right? So that's got to be a psychological component. Did you ever think you would end up in one of those helicopters?
What's funny is the last day, the day before we summited, and they told us, we're only going to call a helicopter if it's like a life and death situation.
Right.
Normally, they'll try to walk you down the mountain, or they'll put you in basically like a cot with wheels and try to wheel you down. Mm-hmm. So for them to call a helicopter something very serious. Yeah. Well, the day that we're preparing to summit, I'm seeing all these helicopters, and I'm like, what is going on? And I had seen a lot of people that were younger than me, looked much more athletic, coming off the mountain, turning around. They didn't make it. And they almost looked catatonic, just this ashy white.
Yeah, they got no oxygen.
And I remember thinking, like, am I gonna do this? And all I could say is I think it's that same stubborn and drive that I have. There was nothing that was going to prevent me from making to the top of that mountain. Coming down, however, was a different story. I think I told one of the porters at one point, like, just leave me here. I'm just going to die, and it's like, it's that lack of oxygen that's, going in your brain and everything. Like, it's okay. Just leave me in a cave. I'll be fine. I'm ready to go see my maker now. And then he's like, no, you're going to be fine. Just keep walking. And I'm like, okay. Them fully knowing, as soon as we can get her back down to 15,000 feet, I'll be better. But yeah.
Do they have oxygen bottles just in case if you needed?
They do.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't get any. It was it was like, suck it up, you know.
So it's one thing to look like you're in shape, but it's a different thing to prepare for that event and be prepared. So, I mean, a year you took to prepare.
Yeah, a lot of hiking.
Yeah.
We did Half Dome, did the cables, did a lot of, you know, local hikes. Carry my pack that, you know, weighed about 25 to 33 pounds, preparing for it. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Now, when you're climbing up, did you carry a pack on your back?
I did, yes.
And what was the weight?
33.
Even doubly
Wait, no, I
impressive.
take it back. No, mine was 23, 23 pounds because of the water that you have to carry,
Sure.
and then the extra layer of clothing. The porters, God bless them, they carry your 33-pound bag that has like your sleeping bag, and so they'll get you from one camp to the next camp. And you think 33 pounds, it's not a lot. When you're trying to pack for a week on a mountain and you're restricted to 33 pounds, that's not a lot of clothes. So
No.
and you're talking about I'm a girly girl. So to not shower for 8 days, that was very difficult.
Welcome to the SEALs, right?
Right.
So this was a 6-day journey. So on the 6th day of climbing, you ascended through the air and snow and stood on the western steppe in a place called Masai, called the House of God. What went through your mind at that moment? Just when you reached the top, you achieved that goal, your 8-year-old self was like, we're going to do this. What was that like?
You can't describe it. There is something about that mountain that is spiritual. I know why the Maasai call it the House of God. You feel it when you step onto that summit. There is just something magical about that peak, where you do feel connected. At least I did, to my maker. And I just remember looking up at the sky and saying thank you that I made it. And it's just one of those things where I feel like if I did this, nothing's going to stop me.
Yeah.
If I could do this, I could do something else. I could do anything. So it's definitely a gift that I gave to myself and to that 8-year-old little girl, that you put your mind to something, you do it.
Yeah.
One of my biggest things that I tell myself is you die with memories, not dreams. So
I like that.
don't wait around for things to happen. You go make them happen.